guys, welcome to episode 55, part 2 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3 Quarters podcast. Remember to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they're still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm BMOTW.
How you doing, folks? I'm Ngaro Kamuya.
So Badman comes from our feature game, Kenya Harlequins versus Impala Saracens. Mine undoubtedly would just have to be Neto Simiyu. I won't even mention anyone else. I think he messed up that Queen's defense like something else. I mean, the try he created for Ishmael Muka. I mean, honestly, his kicks. Yes. I mean, Neto just. He was being Neto. He showed up. So yes, mine is Neto Simiyu.
I mean, a couple of guys for me. Neto Simiyu is one of the guys. Impala Tight 5. Antonio Rege, Dadex, Dennis Karani, Daniel Ndome, Davis McCory, and Reina Omundi. Davis McCory in the scrummaging and ball carrying. Reina, of course, because of lineouts. But I think Ian Minjiri is my guy for the week. I liked how he controlled his backline. He's traditionally not a fullback, but the way he fitted in that fullback position, he controlled the high balls very well. So and he got, especially when they're on attack, his try was, it was a textbook move, but the way they executed it was on another level. So my bad man of the week for match day 6 of the 2017-2018 Kenya Cup is Ian Minjiri.
Well, I feel he did better when Samuel Mutari came up.
And that's another thing that'll show you how good they were. Samuel Mutari was actually on the bench. He started on the bench and he came, but anyway, you're right. When Mutari came in, then he was able to.
So, well done to those two.
Well done.
Both Impala players. I mean, makes sense. They won.
And they grinded it out the win.
So moving on to Kenyan rugby history. Story we've always wanted to tell as the 3 Quarters podcast. And today we move on to Kenya Harlequins. So they were formed in 1923. And since this is your, home team, I'll let you take it away.
Just a correction. They were not formed in 1923. When rugby started in Kenya, there were 2 teams. There was Harlequins and there was Nondis in 1923. That Harlequins died in 1945. Kenya Harlequins came in 1952. So what happened was that in 1952, there was a general feeling that there were many rugby players in the city. And therefore, they decided to sit down and form a third club. Having been, of course, Nondis RFC. And Old Cambrians, which is now Impala. So they sat down and 2 gentlemen by the name Peter Barron and Ben Cook proposed for the formation of a new club. This new club, the name was suggested. It was Harlequins, Kenya Harlequins. And after the formation, they sought affiliation with the original Harlequins, the London Harlequins FC. So that was granted. And the funny is a story that they were to send badges. London Harlequins would send badges, but they only sent 1 badge. So so for that one, it was just sewn on the captain's jersey for that one. But anyway, as time went, of course, they were granted the affiliation, and that's why Kenya Harlequins play with the same colors as the London Harlequins. There are a couple of other Harlequins where they're around the world. There's one Arabian Gulf, one in Australia. There's Pretoria Harlequins. So it's like a fraternity. So when you look back, when Kenya started playing rugby, it used to take up a lot of guys from Lenana School, which was Duke of York. And as a result of that, that's when you see that was the rivalry coming from Lenana and Nairobi School coming into Impala and Harlequins. That's how and of course, I mean, Derby, they're all close together. That's where it came from. So they play their home games at the RFUEA grounds. Just a correction to Queens fans, it's not actually called Queens. It's the RFUEA. It's the RFUEA grounds. The Kenya Harlequins are just on a lease from the RFUEA. And then the Kenya Rugby Union are tenants of Kenya Harlequins. I had to add. But anyway, yes, so they play the games at RFUEA. They've won the Kenya Cup 9 times. A couple of notable names, first black captain Richard Njoba, there was Dan Scooby Mugo who played, Charles Cadovillis.
You've got the Onsando brothers.
The Onsando brothers, exactly. A couple of Queens, I'm trying to remember, Kenyan, Edward Kenyan, popularly known as Ogre. Those were some of the old guys. We have the current crop of, I think, like internationals, the Eden Aguero, Frank Wanyama, who are of Kenya Sevens, current Kenya Simbas captain Wilson Kupondo is a Queens, David Ambunya. So that's generally the Kenya Harlequins history in a brief segment.
Brief like this.
Like this brief segment of Kenya Harlequins.
And last Wednesday, moving on. Last Wednesday, there was a good representation of rugby at the Sports Personality of the Year Awards, which was held at the KICC. And you were there. I didn't manage to make it, but you were there. Tell me how that went.
It went well. I mean, as you said, there's a good representation of rugby. I mean, just read some of the nominees. Darren Mukita had been nominated for Sportsman of the Year. Snyder Uro, Sportswoman of the Year. KCB Rugby was Men's Team of the Year. Kenya Lionesses had been nominated for Sportswoman. Women's Team of the Year. Women's Sports Team of the Year.
It's not one woman.
Kati Solago had been nominated for Head Coach of the Year. Laser Hill and Muhuru Mushiri were the high school. Laser Hill for 15s, Muhuru Mushiri for 7s. Out of all this, Muhuru Mushiri won. Kenya Lionesses won. Those were the two guys who won for rugby. But it was a good representation. The rugby pride was good. Think about the players. I was actually on the same table with former Kenya Sevens assistant Felix Ocheng, popularly known as Toti. Raymond Oruo, former ref at KCB, was there. A couple of our noisemakers, Steven Misioka Siox was there. Bogindonga Oche Balls was there. Kenya Lionesses, they were there.
Of course, they had to represent.
Droves,
they had to represent.
Snyder, Ura, Philadelphia, Orlando.
I remember seeing Doreen. I saw photos.
Yes. Kevin Wambua Bling was also there. So it was a good showing of crowd, rugby crowd. And I must add that they were the only noisy ones. So whenever a rugby person was nominated or won, the rugby guys were the ones who was making noise. So all in all, it was a good showing, I think, for rugby. Though I think a couple of guys who I think should have won. But anyway, we'll wait for the
story
next
for
day.
another day.
That's a story for another day.
Now moving on to the international rugby. So international rugby roundup.
So international rugby roundup. Biggest piece of news that has happened in the last week is England head coach Eddie Jones has had his contract renewed from. It was supposed to end in 2019 at the end of after the Rugby World Cup. It's been pushed to 2021. Actually got me thinking something I tweeted, and I was like, look, when England Rugby are extending contracts to past the Rugby World Cup, Kenya Rugby Union is terminating contracts before, and we ask where the problem problem is. But anyway, Eddie Jones has his contract renewed. We have Wales having an injury problem with the Six Nations about to start. Dan Bigger, who's their flyer. For those guys who don't know Dan Bigger, he's the Wales guy who's always dancing before he kicks. So he took a blow on the shoulder when Ospreys were playing at Clermont on the weekend with the European Cup. We don't know if he's going to make it for the Six Nations, and his backup flyer is already out. Rhys Priestland, he's out for the Six Nations. So that's what's happening in the rugby scene, or in the international rugby scene. Of course, everything is in Northern Hemisphere rugby, with Southern Hemisphere being on a break.
Well, I know we've got a couple of people who watch the podcast who love Six Nations. So guys, who are you supporting? Like we actually really want to know. Remember, you can tell us by liking our page on Facebook, following us on Instagram, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. I'm BMOTW.
And I'm Ngaro Kamwe.
See you in part 3.
It's so bright.
Okay.
Because Mash is wearing
No, but today I looked brighter, like in the
honestly,
mirror.
your shirt and your skin are the same color of this camera. But it's okay, we'll fix it.
Do I look naked? Like with wrinkles? I know that one was lame. That one I know. Even I know. That one was lame. No, that one was.
That's worse than dad jokes.
That one.